Hey everyone, this is Mullet Joe back again with another Tales from the Mullet. And today's story is going to be about the time that we partied in a Conoco cooler. That's right, inside the store. And of course, this story starts out same way every other Saturday night did back then. Sitting around trying to figure out what to do. Well, I get a phone call from my buddy Lee. He says, "Hey man, I work up here at Conoco, man. Come on up here and we'll sneak in the cooler, man, and they got a bunch of beer that they just throw away. We can sit in the cooler and drink it." So this is automatically was ding 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 winner. So I head to the Conoco. Well, as I get there, I notice that his cousin's there. His cousin's Darren, and shout out to Darren and Lee, by the way. These are two good buddies of mine. And anyway, nobody worked the store. There was a cashier, and then my buddy Lee. He stocked the cooler. He done kind of the maintenance work around there. So the cash register woman, like working the cash register, she didn't have to worry with none of the other stuff except working the register. So he pretty much had to run to the store all by himself. And well, he snuck us in the back door and into the cooler we went. And it gets cold in them coolers, by the way. But we sitting in there, and I noticed, there's just these baskets full of beer that's dented up, dinged up, and I mean, it's probably every kind of beer you could ever imagine. So we start popping tops. This is probably about 7 o'clock in the evening. Okay, of course, he has to go out and, go do his duty at the store. Of course, me and Darren, we stay in there, and I mean, we're just chugging beers, but he's sitting in a cooler. I mean, and it doesn't bother us that we're cold. It's free beer. Anytime free beer, you'll pretty much endure whatever you can to get it. Maybe I won't anymore, but back then I would. But yeah, so we sit in there, and I mean, we sitting there drinking inside a cooler for probably till 10, 11 o'clock. And we decided that we're going to go meet these girls. Well, me and Darren leave in his car. I was 18. I think it was actually Darren's birthday. I can't actually remember. Leah, if anybody's watching, please chime in, see if you can let us know that was Darren's birthday. I can't remember. It seems like it was, but anyway, we get in his car, and this Conoco sits right off I-65 in the interstate. And so it's Celeste Road. I mean, I know if you're not from around here, you won't know where that's at. But anyway, we jump in the car, and we head up Celeste Road, not back towards Saraland, but away from Saraland up towards Centennial. It's a 2-lane road. I mean, it goes, a long way. So we head up there. I mean, we go and we meet with these girls. We talk for a little while. Nothing happening. So we decide to jump in the car and leave. We're going to go back to the Conoco because we done drank up all the beer that we had with us, and all we had left was some wine, and neither one of us too keen on drinking Mad Dog or Wild Irish Rose, even though we did. We just didn't that night. As we're heading back, I mean, we're just, drunk. I'm 18. I think Darren was 20, 21, something like that. But anyway, we're just getting down, radio crank, windows down, and we pass the car, and I notice the car turns around, and of course he kicks them bubble gums on, and it's the police. So they pull us over, and they walk up to his window. There's one cop, he walked up to Darren's window, and I mean, immediately as soon as he started talking to him, he could smell the alcohol. We were 3 sheets in the wind. I mean, 3 sheets in the wind. We were drunk. And of course the cop asked him to get out. And the cop has him do the stupid human tricks and whatnot, and of course he winds up getting a DUI. Well, I'm on the other side, of course, and I got a bottle of wine between my legs right here holding it, and I see the cop in the side mirror walking up to my side of the car. So what I do is I pull it out and shove it under Darren's seat. I ain't getting caught with it. I'm only 18. Sorry, Darren. Didn't mean to do it, but I had to. Anyway, we cop comes up, opens my door. He says, "Are you been drinking too, son?" I was like, just a little bit. He said, "Well, go and step out of the car." Well, as I step out of the car, I just completely fall. Boom, roll down the hill. The cop just, he kind of snickered, thought it was funny. So, of course, he said, "Yeah, you look like you've been drinking a little bit." And he arrested me for underage drinking and drunk in public. So, they handcuffed us, put us both in the backseat of the same car. I mean, they're taking us to the Saraland jail. And this was the funny part is me and Darren's too drunk to realize, we're in trouble. So we're thinking we're still having fun. We're in the back of the cop car and we just start singing the cops theme song, Bad Boys, Bad Boys. Well, the cop starts singing it with us. He's like, "Man, that's my favorite song." We stopped singing, he's still singing it. And yeah, cool cop, by the way. I wish I remembered his name, but I don't. Anyway, he took us on into Saraland, put us in a cell. I mean, I'm inebriated, so it was Darren. Well, I pass out. I wake up the next morning, like 9 o'clock in the morning. They're bringing us food to eat, and this is my first time ever even being locked up. So I'm like, I really don't know what to think or what to do. I don't know when I'm getting out. I've always heard 8 hours you get out, but that wasn't the case. I had to be bonded out. And my mother had done said she wasn't coming to get me. So the cop, as he brings our food back, he looks at me and he says, "Ha ha, you ain't going nowhere." He says, "You're going to be washing my car this entire week." He said, "I want to go ahead and tell you thank you in advance." Anyway, so eventually, I think my grandmother, she decided that she just wasn't going to let me stay in jail, so she came and get me out. God bless her soul. She passed away some years back, but love that woman. Anyway, I find out that I'm getting out. Granny's coming to get me. I have to wait till she gets there before they let me out. Well, Darren, he can't find nobody to come get him out, and he's mad at this time. Uh, there was 2 beds in this cell, and there was a toilet and a sink. And at this time, they would let you smoke in there. So we had a trustee go get us a pack of cigarettes. Come back, we didn't have no lighter. The trustee gets us some matches, gives us the matches. And Darren, being the cool dude he is just frustrated and mad because he's not getting out and I am. So he takes the matches. This was the box, box of matches like this. And he starts putting them on the little strip and flicking them out into the hallway. Lighting them as they flopping out in the hallway. He couldn't get nobody's attention. He's trying to find out, how am I going to get out of here? Nobody would come back there. So he takes toilet paper and literally stops the toilet up, just continuously flushing it till our cell is like, I don't know, 3 inches deep in toilet water. I'm on the top bunk. I'm not stepping in that. Anyway, eventually Granny shows up to get me out. And it wasn't too bad of a stay. They actually had really good food. Only time I ever been in jail and never want to go back. Wait, I take that back. I was arrested another time, but it was on false allegations. And I didn't spend but a few hours in there, and they was released. The case was dropped immediately. But yeah, that was the story of the night we snuck into Conoco and we got drunk in the cooler, and we left and got in trouble. And kids, please do not drink. All of my drinking escapades or whatever that I may talk about on here, I don't do any of that anymore, and I don't condone it. I don't condone the drugs, or alcohol use. All that is a long time behind me. Uh, if anything, use my videos, even though I try to make them a little funny if I can. I mean, the stories are funny to us. I don't know if they're funny to y'all, but I mean, kids just take these stories and say, hey, Mullet Joe did it, so I don't have to. Yeah, there's no reason to go out there and just get hammered and drive. It costs too much. It just costs too much. Not only DUIs are expensive, you could lose your license. And like I told my kids, you don't want to get your license messed up at an early age because it will follow you for the rest of your life. And that's one big problem with a lot of people is they get their license messed up, revoked, whatever, and then they have trouble the rest of their life getting gainful employment and whatnot. But yeah, all right. Well, I'm gonna end this one right there, and this is another Tales from the Mullet with Mullet Joe. Please like, subscribe, and share. It don't cost a thing. And for everybody that's watching the videos and not subscribed, please just smash that subscribe button. It don't cost nothing. It don't cost a dime. And in fact, you'll be rewarded for it with great stories from Tales of the Mullet. Anyway, this is Mullet Joe. Peace out.